Hi everyone, this is Kathy. Welcome to my channel, Kathy Mamelin Psychic Medium. Welcome to your weekend forecast for June 20th to June 22nd, Friday through Sunday. So for the next 72 hours or so, or whenever you found this message, I believe that messages are always timeless. So whenever you watch them, you're meant to hear them. So we'll go with that as well. But your weekend forecast for my singles, what do we have coming? What is ahead of you? Any clues? I have cards, I have charms, I have initials. So we're going to do it all. Let's see what they have for you today, and let's get started. Let's call in our spirit guides. Welcome back. This is for any sign that is welcome. Any sign, that person you may be thinking of, you can use these readings to manifest the love that you are worthy of, or to confirm a love that's come into your life. Spirit, please share with me loving messages heading into the weekend. 222 on my clock when I'm recording this, so I will take that 222 as well. Thank you, Spirit. I have present. Now is the time to seize the moment. Nothing is better than the present moment. So is that Spirit's way of saying it's happening now? Is that Spirit's way of saying, it's right now? Maybe it's really happening. Something is really happening. So present moment. I have balance, a cosmic consciousness and divine harmony. That came into me as we're working well together, that it just seems to work. It just seems to fall into place, or it just seems to, I don't have to try so hard with this person. I'm not really worried about what I'm saying or what I'm doing. I just feel very comfortable. So I am going to agree with a divine connection, because you will feel that with a soulmate. You will feel that with a twin flame. This kind of, it's just a little bit easier. It just feels a little bit more meant to be. I have sanctuary. You are sheltered and protected. Just a reminder that you're not out there alone. Okay, Spirit's guiding you, friends, family, that everybody's taking care of you. You don't have to do this alone, Spirit just said. Okay, and I have distill, hardness and nurture your potential. It's almost like whatever's in this bottle is waiting, that you have been preparing, it's been brewing, it's been settling, it's been aging. And whatever is in that bottle, it's a like a good bottle of vintage wine, like it's perfect inside. So maybe Spirit's letting you know, like, you're perfect inside. We just have to unbottle this love and let this love flow. Okay, let's see what the loving messages are. Spirit, please share with me. What is it that you need us to know? I have an 8 of Pentacles. I have a Queen of Wands. I have a 2 of Swords. And I have a Chariot. The 2 of Swords was coming into me the strongest, because it was more of a feeling of you made up your mind than anything. And then the Chariot pretty much confirmed it with me. It was, you've made up your mind to move on. You've made up your mind to charge ahead with your own life. You made up your mind to be happy with or without somebody, that no matter what, nothing's going to hold you back. So I do feel like that kind of strength is worthy of somebody wonderful. I do feel like that kind of power is deserving of somebody who is in your league or meant to be. But it was a feeling of you've made up your mind. And I admire you for that, because sometimes you just feel like, I don't know where I'm going and I don't know what to do. But when you make up your mind to, I'm going to move forward no matter what, then you have nothing to lose. You see what Spirit has for you. I do feel like I've been working on myself. I will say that. I feel like I am working on other things other than relationships. You could be working on things that you love. I love my kids. I love my grandkids. I love my hobbies. I love my talent. I love my business that I've created. I love my work. I've been working out more. So you could just be working hard on other areas of your life that you feel that have been a priority to you. And this feeling of, I'm not going to put finding somebody in my life the most important thing in my life. And I think that that's usually when love arrives, is when you're not searching, okay? When you're not waiting, when you aren't, just kind of like praying every day, like, when is it going to happen? When you're not searching, it arrives. Okay, that's how I feel. Sometimes you just put a break on the online dating, or the constantly waiting, the constantly looking, the manifesting. I feel like I'm manifesting to death. It's okay. Put it on hold. If it feels overwhelming and you're getting tired, take a break. You don't have to be online dating, 7 days a week. I mean, you can take a break from it. You can put it on hold. There's a hold button there. If that's something that you are doing, maybe you just need a break from it, because they're saying when you are not searching for it, which is interesting. So it's more of an organic energy that comes in. I have a Queen of Cups. I have an Ace of Pentacles. I have a Judgment. And I have a Seven of Pentacles. It came into me as, you do know your worth. It took you probably a little while to get here, but I feel like over time that something that you have been working on with that Seven of Pentacles has finally come to fruition. Whether it was, I put myself back in school, I got a degree that, I didn't finish years ago, like some kind of achievement or goal that you had set out for yourself. And I feel like that Ace is you kind of rewarding yourself. I love the Queen, because the Queen is just saying you're in a good place. You have a good heart. You have a lot of love to give, and you are ready to receive, Spirit just said. So they want this love for you. And it was almost a feeling of, this love is meant to find you. This love finds you. Okay, I'm going to go with that for a minute, because that goes with the, when you're not searching for it, it arrives. Queen of Pentacles. You could be working on other things. You're not. Nine of Pentacles. You're busy. You're busy building your life. You're building your wealth. You could be busy building a business, and your love life is on the back burner. And that's when the door opens. That's when something new comes in, or that's when somebody who you've met recently, it's confirmed that this is going to turn into something else. But right now, I like the overall feeling of you made a choice, that I'm going to move on with or without somebody. And I've decided a long time ago that nothing is going to hold me back from living the life that I want to live. Spirit, please share with me. I have repair. Carefully mend the cracks in a relationship, or restoring past beauty. I'm going to say something was broken. Here's the vessel, this vase, and something was broken inside. And this Queen probably needed some time to put back the pieces. And I think that we've all been there at one point or another. Some of you may be there now. You are gluing the pieces back together. You're trying to put that vase back together. And there's cracks in it. And you realize that the cracks will never go away, but the vase becomes whole again. So there is this beautiful energy of, I've had to heal, for sure. I had to repair myself first, they're saying. You can't love somebody until you're in a good place. Because the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to attract somebody just like you. You're going to attract somebody who needs to be fixed, that needs to be glued back together. And they're broken also. So you want to make sure you are on top. You're amazing. You are doing the best in your life. You are happy. You are where you want to be, because that's when the perfect person that you want to be with comes in. I have a window. Open the windows of your soul and let the light enter both of your worlds. We're going to open up this window, and the light comes into both of us, they're saying. It's not just this person lights you up, you light this person up. And we both feel it. We both feel this new beginning. We feel the sun, we feel the heat, we feel the warmth. So we both are feeling the connection. A spark. I like sparks. Ignite the spark of love, keeping passion alive in the everyday. That feels nice to me in the sense that I always use, I want the normal person to come into my life. I want the sparks, but I don't need a firework display every day in my life. I want somebody that comes into my life that's consistent enough that every once in a while there's these little sparks that keep me kind of on my toes and keep me excited about life and keep me smiling and keep me happy. But I don't have to have fireworks. I mean, realistically, do we have fireworks every day of our lives? No, but to me, the consistency and the normalcy feels like that's what's coming towards you, which I guess that's probably something you're asking for. You know, I don't need fireworks. Just give me normal, you know, just give me somebody who's nice. Give me somebody who's kind, you know, that smiles at me, that hugs me, you know, something along those lines. I'm not asking for a lot. I'm asking for, you know, respect. I have an inheritance. Learn from the past, inherit wisdom for the future. I know a lot of you said, I've learned my lessons. I know I don't want to learn any more lessons. The inheritance is also coming into me as a financial inheritance, that one of you could have a wealthy family on either side, or you could inherit a substantial estate, whether it's a home or some kind of, you know, assets. So there could be future inheritance just based on family. But that could be in the future. So there's a part of me that's connecting to this connection. And I have an anchor. Trust is the anchor of a relationship, steady and firm. You can trust me. I want to be your anchor. A little bit more even of, I want to settle down. I want to put down anchor. I don't want to float away. I want to put the anchor down, and I want to stay here in this harbor, and I don't want the boat to float away in the middle of the night. So it was more of a feeling of, I'm ready to put down roots. Oh, my hands are tingling. Okay, so that's important. Somebody who's ready to settle down. Okay, maybe that's something that we're talking about, living together. I want to settle down with you. Live with you, next level love. Now, any of those things, this is a metamorphosis. This is a complete change. This is, anytime somebody comes into our lives, it is a change. But sometimes there's that one person who comes into our life that blows our mind. And we never thought our life would be the way that it is today. So every transformation in a relationship heralds a rebirth. So it could open you up to a love that you've never had before. It could open up a world that you've never been in before, whether it's anything. It could be culture, religion, travel. It could be family members. Maybe they have children, but you don't. You've never had children in your life before. So it's a complete transformation of your life. And They're saying you are ready for it. They are. They're saying you're ready for it. It's kind of like sign me up more than anything. But it is, you know, get ready for the change is really more of the feeling that it is coming. It is in the universe, and it is going to change you forever. It is a forever energy. So once you make this decision to be in this connection, I feel like it's the new path for the rest of your life. So we want to make a good choice, of course. So let's get some initials. Let's see what they have. First initials, last initials. Maybe you'll get your person's name. Okay, so if you're manifesting with me, maybe they're just some clues as to who's coming into your life. And maybe when you see these initials, okay, look at all those letters. How nice. Okay, I have a K, I have a V, I have a J, A, P, I have a W, I have a K, H, Y, U, E, F, I have an N, and I have an X today. Okay, so some of you that definitely will connect to, and we'll put that out there. Let me know. I always like to know if we got your person or you. That's always fun. Okay. So they're your anchor, but it was a settling down feeling. It was like when we drop anchor, I mean, you can always like roll the anchor back in, but when we drop anchor, it's because we don't want to go anywhere. It's because we want we want to hit something at the bottom of the ocean and it grabs a rock and, you know, and there's the big chain to the boat and it doesn't go anywhere. So we want to drop that anchor. And that's the sense of, I'm in it. I don't want to go anywhere. Somebody who says to you, I don't want to go anywhere. I'm loving being with you. I'm happy. I want to see this continue. I want to see this forever, you know? So the person who does want to settle down, let's see what they say. I have excitement. I'm excited about this connection. I'm excited about this connection. You know, it's interesting. It's almost like I don't know if it's in the background. It's almost like the Tower of Pisa. But they're in architectural history. I don't know if it's this building or not. But if you look close, the building was built in all these different centuries. It was like one layer was built in Roman times. The next was built in, you know, Corinthian times. It was like, it just kind of like, over the years, somebody would build another layer and you could see the layers of the architecture and the details of how the architecture had changed in that one structure. But it was over hundreds and hundreds of years that they continued to build this building. And but they would put in, you know, this century's greatest architectural design into it. But how it came into me was more of how you've changed over time, how you've grown, and where you started out. You don't have the expertise, the details, the wisdom, the knowledge that you have today. So it was this feeling of I'm excited about meeting somebody new because the person I'm meeting today isn't the same person I would have met years ago. I wouldn't even have met that person because I wouldn't have attracted that person, or that person wouldn't have been as attracted to me. So it was kind of interesting, the layers. It just reminded me of that piece of architecture from years ago, you know, 4 years of art history at art school coming out. But it was, it's the layering is how I feel. It's the layering of all the history that you have to offer over the years to somebody. I have authority. Okay, so I'm going to say this is a religious energy to me, that I admire priests. I look up to ministers. I honor the Pope, whoever you believe in. But there's a sense of grace. There's a sense of respect. Okay, so it could be just your upbringing. It could be just, I appreciate this person's work. I appreciate this person's dedication to their calling. And it could be just who you are. I respect these kind of higher level spiritual leaders in the world. I have concentration. I have to tell you, there's a couple things happening. First of all, I have a devil on the lips. It's like a little devil, and it's a little bit of I can't wait to kiss your lips. So I'm going to say it that way. And then I have this star that's kind of trapped in this spider web. So it's a combination of I can't wait to kiss your lips and how do I trap you, but in a good way. There's that little devil in all of us that kind of comes out with that temptation. And I can't wait to get you alone. I can't wait to get you naked, But I feel like that's coming out, wait to kiss your lips. But it was a little devil who can't stop looking at your lips and says, you have a beautiful smile. I love your lips. And what they're really thinking is, what do those lips taste like? And I can't wait to devour you and kiss you like I mean it. So that's how that came in, the little devil kind of standing on those lips. It's cute. I have flirtation, lots of flirtation around this connection. Dancing. I feel like I'm dancing the night away. I don't know. Maybe I'm somewhere where we're dancing. Maybe there's dancing in the background. Maybe I'm on the dance floor with my friends and somebody's there. Them and their friends are watching us, or this person's been watching us dance. But definitely a sense of flirtation. So I do have this feeling of dancing the night away. So maybe I'm at a dance club, or maybe I'm somewhere where they have live music or DJ and everybody gets on the dance floor and we're having a good time. So if you like to dance, that sounds like a lot of fun. That sounds like something that you would enjoy. Spirit, can I have some characteristics? Anything about this person that I should be looking for? What is it that I want besides them wanting to kiss me? And this person wants to settle down. We did like that. Okay. I have braids. Okay. So somebody may have braids. Maybe that's their look. They always look classy. I love that. I have stylish. Okay. So fashion. They have a certain look to them. The sunglasses are jumping out at me also. Also the cap. Not necessarily that cap, but a cap. Some kind of hat. Okay, maybe that's something that they always have, a cap. They grab a cap. Maybe it's part of their look. Maybe it's comfortable to them. Maybe it gives them, some shade on their face. I don't know, but some kind of cap. I have rainbow. Okay, beautiful. So that's coming into me as glowing. Okay, that you glow, and maybe there's something about you that is very glowing. You could have beautiful skin. You could have your smile is glowing, of course, but you could just radiate. You're just radiating love, happiness, your aura, your presence. So there's a sense of, pretty as a rainbow. I guess I want to say that. I have freckles. I have natural freckles. Maybe I'm fair-skinned and I have freckles all over my body, and could be a natural redhead, could be a blonde. I have youthful. I think that no matter what age they are, I feel like they either look youthful or they act youthful, is how that came in. So I don't think it has to do with the age as much as their attitude, that they're younger than what they really are. Either they look younger or they act younger. Maybe they're very active. Maybe they do things with people that are 20 years younger than them and they can keep up. So it was more of a feeling of they don't look their age. They don't look their age. People who have those faces that no matter how old they are, they're always going to look like a teenager. So they're lucky. I have piercings. Maybe I have piercings that somewhere that actually came into me as piercing that I hide. So I'm going to say more of like a belly button piercing, something like that, that I have a piercing, but I don't show it all the time. You know, something like that. I have stingy. Okay. You want to be careful with this one. You want to make sure that somebody is being generous or at least being fair, you know, that it's equal, you know, split the bill, split the tab, but don't invite me out and then just look at the bill and expect me to pick it up, you know, it's like, hey, you know what you're getting into. So that might be a red flag. It could be a red flag for some of you. I'm not dealing with that. You know, you gotta be generous. We both do. I have mature. Okay. So I do like the beard. I do like the kind of groomed face. I like the salt and pepper. I do like that. I also kind of like this t-shirt that doesn't really have any, it's just kind of a plain t-shirt that they could wear, like black t-shirts. You know, they're just like plain, no collars or pockets or anything like that. They may just be really comfortable cotton shirts, but I'm going to say neutral colors, darker colors, navy, black, tan. They look really good in. And I did like the salt and pepper. I will say that. I think that, so I've got a little bit more of a maturing man, or they're going gray, very young, something like that. I have muscular. Okay, somebody who works out. Again, I'm not targeting it as an age, because this could even be somebody that's a little bit older. They could just be in great shape. They're saying because of their work also. So they could have a beautiful body because they not only work out, but their work keeps them active. Their work creates activity. I have fashion. I like how you dress. I like how you look. You've got a sense of style. I like that. It's important. You looked good at the first date. I'm going to say you were hot. I have somebody who's socially awkward. I don't know if they're socially awkward as much as they probably go to the drum of their, the beat of their own drum, or that they don't have to be like everybody else. It's not important for them to keep up with the Joneses, or they don't have to copycat other people. So I don't know if they're awkward as much as individual, I guess, individualistic. Than awkward. I have curvy. Somebody has curves and the other person says, I love curves. You know what? I'm all in. I love curves. The softer, the better. Beautiful. I have somebody who wants to go on an adventure. This feels like very outdoorsy to me. Let's get in a canoe. Let's get in kayaks. Let's go hiking. I'd rather be in nature than anywhere else. If I'm going to go away on a trip, a weekend, something like that, I want to go to the mountains and walk around. I want to be in the outdoors. So I've got somebody who's very outdoorsy. And I have somebody who says dominant. Maybe we try some different things in bed. Maybe we are trying some new things. I don't think that it's like, whips and chains. I feel like it's playful things, like we go to the sex toy store and we buy some things that are just kind of fun and, like adult stuff, the adult toy store, whatever it is. So I don't think it's like, crazy stuff, but maybe we're having some fun. That's okay. I'm sensitive. I have a tendency to be sensitive. That could be one of you or the other one. So, but you know what? If you are, that's okay. They're going to love that about you. Whatever you are, they're going to love, So if there's a quality about you then that you think is going to push somebody away, that's not how I want you to look at it. I want you to look at it as whoever's meant to be in my life is going to love that about me. Bottom of the deck, I have social media. So it could be that I met this person through social media. I met this person online dating. We started chatting, you know, a lot of people. It's shocking how many people meet that way. So let's get some charms. Let's see what the charms are saying. Spirit, please let me know what the charms are saying. I've got a big, beautiful bowl of charms. I'm going to read these intuitively, and we're just going to see what comes through. All right, let's see. Okay, see if I've got any numbers or signs. Okay, this says love right out of the gate. So I'm going to say I'm going to fall in love with you. Beautiful. I have a spider, but it came into me as a tremendous fear of spiders. I don't know what that's called. I know it has a name, but just I hate spiders. Okay, like somebody who just hates spiders. I'm not going to go in there because you've got to go in and kill that spider. I'm not going to go in the bathroom because there's a spider in there. You got to go get it. So somebody who just hates spiders. I have the number 5 weeks, 5 days. I have an O. Okay, so could be 50. I also have a 1, January. Okay. I have a Christmas tree. I'm going to put the skating and the Christmas tree together. It felt more like childhood memories there for a second. It was I used to skate outside. We used to skate on a pond when I was a kid. It just felt more like childhood memories of being outside around the holidays, or it felt like skating outside. So if you skated outside on a pond or a lake or a river or something like that as a kid, maybe that's a clue for you, or that's something that they did or you guys talk about. Maybe it's where you both grew up. Yeah, we used to go there all the time and skate, you know, so big skaters. Here's a love. I have a heart. I'll put that. I'm falling in love with you. So I'll put those two together. I do have a cross, so I'm going to put that with the Christmas tree. I have a lantern, and the lanterns coming into me is not only do you both find the light and you both have this kind of glow about you, or somebody had that beautiful rainbow glow. It was the hermit. It was the hermit coming in and saying, I've been alone, but I've been following the light of my own lantern. I've been following where my path that I should be on with or without somebody. And I've been okay with that, but I have been alone and I've been waiting for somebody. I have an Ace of Cups, and I'm going to say I've been waiting for somebody who I could really fall in love with. And I don't blame you. You don't want to settle. You want to be with somebody who's going to turn into something real. And if you have to wait a little while longer, you're going to wait a little while longer. So that's okay. I have a golden rose. I'm going to say it was more of the first time I met you, our first date. Maybe they bring a rose. Maybe, you know, I won't ever forget it. You know, this person actually brought flowers on the first date, which a lot of people don't do anymore. So maybe that was probably a good start. And I'm going to put I have a mushroom. I'm just asking Spirit what I want with the mushroom. The mushrooms are, actually, it's coming into me differently. This person has an aversion because at first they wanted me to put it with the spider, and I was like, why? This person doesn't like spiders, and this person hates mushrooms. They will not eat mushrooms. So if that's you, like, do not put mushrooms on my pizza. Do not put mushrooms in my food. They think mushrooms are gross. So this person does not like spiders, and they will not eat mushrooms, is how that came into me. I have a globe. I'm just going to say a new cycle for both of us. I'm going to say that it could be a new beginning for both of us. We've had other relationships. We're both starting over in life. we could be entering into a new phase of our lives at about the same time, but it does feel like it's more of a cycle than anything. And I feel like we're probably at the same place at the same time with that. We could be in the same age range, or at least in the same, we both we're already through college and we're out on our own for a few years. Or we could both be, we have little kids still, or we could be, our kids are grown and off to school. So we could both be at like the same life stage is what I want to say, but starting a whole new cycle together. And I have a 4-leaf clover. So I would say look for a 4-leaf clover. That feels like, I believe, and I have a unicorn. So I'm going to put the unicorn and the 4-leaf clover together. Because that just feels like I believe in magic. I believe in us. I feel like that's a conversation that two people can find each other and be happy together. So I feel like it's a conversation like early on, something like that. And then I have this beautiful music note, and I'm not sure why I saved it for last, other than it felt like our song, whatever our song is going to be. I feel like you guys will have a song that reminds you of each other, and you identify it as, this is definitely going to be our song. This is something important to us. So I'm going to say you're able to identify a song that has meaning to both of you very quickly. Okay. So that feels nice. So those are your charms. And you've got somebody who will not eat a mushroom pizza. So that's a clue. That is a big clue. All right, let's see. Spirit, final messages, final thoughts, and love messages. Whoa, I've got jumpers back here. Let's get my jumpers. 7 of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. And I have a Magician. I feel like there's something about you that this person is, I'm going to say, interested in. Okay, that there you could have some kind of, I don't know, something that you learned along the way that they don't know anything about. You know about astrology. You know how to read tarot cards. You know how to make animal balloons, something that intrigues them. But I feel like they're pretty impressed with it, whatever it is. And I feel like that kind of caught their attention. It could be your career. It could be that, wow, that's really cool. How did you get into that? Or, how long you've been doing that? So I do feel like that was like the start of the conversation. I do feel that there's something going on in your life that they were very curious about with that page. And I feel like they just wanted to know more. And I feel like they just start asking lots of questions, so tell me more about that. Or how did you get into that? Or how did you start? So I just feel like there's something about you that, I don't know how I want to say it. You impress them. Probably something like that. You impressed them from the moment they saw you. But it feels more like the conversation, not so much. I'm assuming they're attracted to you. I'm assuming all of those things, but it was more like the hook. You hooked them. You hooked them with, who you are and what you do. Something like that. Spirit, please share with me. I have a 4 of Pentacles. Watch out for that stingy person out there. I have a 5 of Cups because that person's going to be really disappointing. It might be a bad date. It might be, might not be the one. It might be a bad date. And you're allowed to say after a bad date, I wish you luck with your search. I hope you find what you're looking for, but it's not going to be me. So there could be somebody that disappoints you because they weren't generous. And if they're expecting to date somebody, you can split the tab, but don't be super stingy and say, I expect you to pick up the tab. It's meet me halfway, right? But maybe that you were just disappointed, something like that, or it's somebody that all they talk about is money, it's like, please. So maybe you have a bad date for some of you. But I'm going to go with this other one because I like this, more of this love finds you energy, and it finds you when you're not searching for it. That's when it arrives. I have a Judgment. All right, so maybe we don't want to judge the stingy person. Maybe we want to give them a benefit of the doubt, or, give them a chance. But if they're really like weird about it, money is a big thing. It's some people have some weird behaviors around money. And if it bothers you, it's probably going to bother you for a long time. So, look for those red flags. Those are big. I have a Sun. It's a new beginning. It's somebody new. I'm excited about this journey. I definitely am. So let's see what the loving messages are. Spirit, if this is moving forward, how are we going to feel? What is it that you need me to know? I'm totally into you. I felt that. I mean, I do feel like somebody is totally into you. They're impressed by you. I'm ready to start this journey. And I want it to be with you. There is no one else. I only want you. I'm not dating other people. I don't want to date other people. I want to see where this goes. I want to put all my time and energy into one person. That's nice. I still have trust issues. Help me heal. Okay. Maybe I need to know that we're exclusive and you're not talking to other people as we see where this is going to go. I love everything about you inside and out. And that's important, that they see the real you. I want to feel your soft lips on mine. We had that I can't wait to kiss you feeling. So I think this person can't wait to kiss you. Whether it's on the first date or not, I'm not sure. Maybe it's this weekend. Maybe this weekend is our first kiss. Maybe this weekend is our first night together. So we'll see. But let's put this out into the universe. It's beautiful, loving energy. I want to thank Spirit for these messages today. If you are new to my channel, I'm so grateful that you were guided here. Please remember to hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment below, claim it, own it, it's yours. If you'd like to check out my website for a private reading, it is KathyMamolin.psychicmedium.com. And check out my other 2 YouTube channels. I'll put the links in the description and in the comments. So I hope you enjoyed your reading, and we'll see you all again real soon. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll put this out to the universe now. We'll see you soon.